Feast of Saint Sebastian at Santa Cruz de Bidrem Church, Hosbet. About 35 kilometers northeast of Mangaluru city stands an ancient and historic church, Santa Cruz de Bidrem, also known as Holy Cross Church Hosbet. For centuries, this sacred place has been a symbol of resilience, faith, and deep devotion. This is the only church in Karnataka that preserves such a large number of sacred relics, 20 in total, including a fragment of original Holy Cross. Here is a unique tradition, continues even today. Celebration of Saint Sebastian's feast as Angonesche Fest, a powerful votive Thanksgiving celebration.
So who is Saint Sebastian? Sebastian was born around 255 AD. Very little is known about his childhood, but tradition says he came from southern France and later studied in Milan. In 283 AD, Sebastian joined the Roman army in Rome.
His true purpose was to quietly support and help Christians who were hunted and killed across the Roman Empire.
Because of his discipline and leadership, he rose quickly and became a captain in the Praetorian Guard, serving directly under the emperors Diocletian and Maximian. They respected him and had no idea he was a Christian.
During his service, Sebastian secretly helped many believers stay strong in their faith and even guided others to Christianity. This included the deacon twins Marcus and Marcellian, who were imprisoned for refusing to worship the Roman gods. Their parents begged them to give up their Christian faith, but Sebastian encouraged deacon twins to stay strong. Sebastian's influence led their parents and even some Roman officials to accept the Christian faith.
In 286 AD, his secret Christian faith was finally exposed. Emperor felt betrayed by someone he fully trusted. He ordered Sebastian to be taken to a field, tied to a stake, and shot by a group of archers. They fired until his body was filled with arrows and left him there, believing he was dead. But Sebastian survived. Irene of Rome, a Christian widow, came to retrieve his body for burial and discovered he was still alive. She brought him into her home and cared for him until he recovered. Once healed, Sebastian did something only a few could imagine.
He stood in the emperor's path and openly condemned the brutal persecution of Christians.
Diocletian was shocked to see him alive, but quickly gave a new order. This time, Sebastian was beaten to death with clubs and his body was thrown into the sewer so he would be forgotten. A Christian woman named Lucina later recovered his remains and secretly buried him in the catacombs beneath Rome. Nearly 80 years after his death, around 367 AD, his body was moved to a basilica built to honor him.
Saint Sebastian is venerated in the Catholic and Orthodox Church. He is the patron saint of athletes for his endurance, soldiers because he served in army, and for plague. But why is he linked to the protection from plague?
It was during the Middle Ages people turned to Saint Sebastian for protection against the plague. It wasn't immediately clear why. After all, he was a soldier, not a doctor. Sebastian was shot with arrows and miraculously lived. People noticed that his arrow wounds looked like the buboes seen in the bubonic plague, so his survival became a sign of hope. Historical records say that people prayed to him during the plague in Rome in 680 AD and the outbreak ended soon after. There was also an older pagan belief that plagues were like arrows sent down by the gods. So Christians interpreted the symbolism. If Sebastian survived the arrows, he could protect them from the arrows of disease.
Now let's talk about the special church, Santa Cruz de Bidrem Church or Holy Cross Church Hosbet, parish that celebrates the feast of Saint Sebastian as Angonesche Fest or Harake Habba, a special votive Thanksgiving feast. Saint Sebastian Feast in Hosbet has three roots. One root is the Padroado system that shaped the Catholic traditions here. The second root is the memory of epidemics, where people prayed to Saint Sebastian. Third comes from old farming customs. Long before Christianity, villagers offered part of their harvest for blessings and protection. Santa Cruz de Bidrem Church in Hosbet was a part of Padroado system until 1887. Under Padroado, Portuguese royal patronage helped to build churches, appoint priests, and spread the faith in the regions linked to Goa. The Patriarch of Goa likely promoted the feast of Saint Sebastian in Padroado churches as a protective devotion during epidemics. People prayed to Saint Sebastian during major plagues in Rome in 680 AD, in Milan in 1575, and in Lisbon in 1599. Later, Padroado churches in Goa and Mangaluru adopted epidemic votive feasts with plague protecting rites. In 1600s and 1700s, this region faced major epidemics, especially smallpox in 1600s and 1700s, likely plague in 1665, and cholera in early 1800s, leading the faithful to turn to Saint Sebastian for the protection from infectious diseases. It's most likely that Hosbet's Angonesche Fest began as a thanksgiving after surviving one of these epidemics, a promise that the community continues to honor today. Holy Cross is a main patron here, but as a Padroado church, they also have secondary patron, and Saint Sebastian served as the secondary patron, even though the documentation is limited. Our ancestors migrated from Goa to Hosbet in 16th century and established a school here named Saint Sebastian's. In 1895, it received official recognition from British government. Although the Holy Cross is the main patron of the parish, Saint Sebastian was chosen as the school's name because he was the saint people turned to during pandemics. For over 200 years, this school has educated everyone without distinction of caste, creed, and religion. On 16 February 1887, the Hosbet Church passed from the Portuguese Padroado system to the care of Mangaluru Diocese, marking a new chapter in its history. Please watch the original documentary of Santa Cruz de Bidrem Church with its full history and glory. The link is in the description and at the end of this video.
The new church building was built in Gothic style, admired for its magnificent architecture. On the right side of the altar, a pedestal holds the icon of Saint Sebastian. Here, 20 sacred relics have been preserved for centuries, including a piece of the original Holy Cross. For generations, people here have offered vows to Saint Sebastian for protection from deadly diseases that once struck the people and their pets and farm animals of this region. The feast of Saint Sebastian was traditionally celebrated on the first Tuesday of November. In the recent years, the celebration has shifted to the second week of November. Let's talk about the celebration now. On the day of the feast, ceremonial candles, Manochovati, are given to the people who contribute to the feast of Saint Sebastian. People from all faith, not only Catholics, take part in this tradition and receive this candle. The faithful light candles before Saint Sebastian, thanking him for the past blessings and asking for his protection over their families. In recent years, we have also heard that parishioners being healed from nearly incurable ailments of modern times, and they continue to attend the feast year after year in thanksgiving. The Holy Eucharist and the statue of Saint Sebastian are taken in a solemn procession through the nearby streets with hymns, prayers, the parish brass band, incense spreading fragrance. As a symbol of prayer, devotees join the procession with great devotion. This celebration also includes a festive mass with guest priests from nearby parishes joining in. Often, The celebration continues at home with a festive meal which traditionally includes pork and sanna.
During our research about this feast, we came across an old prayer linked to Saint Sebastian's protection against disease and another prayer shared by the National Catholic Reporter, which is a prayer by athletes seeking Saint Sebastian's guidance.
Feel free to take a screenshot and use them in your daily prayers. That is all about the Angonesche Fest, the feast of Saint Sebastian at Santa Cruz de Bidrem Church.
Come with your family, join the celebration, and receive Saint Sebastian's blessings.
As 2025 is the Jubilee year with the theme Pilgrims of Hope, we welcome you to visit this historic Catholic church that has stood tall as a testament to resilience, hope, and enduring faith.
Watch the documentary link below, and if you would like to support the parish or need any additional information, please reach out to the parish priest. We have shared the contact details in the description.
Saint Sebastian, pray for us all.
Saint Sebastian, who guides footstool those not